All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, May 24th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Not too bad. Well,
Are you over here banging the microphone?
make sure you're awake. Well, things could be doing a lot better. Pacers not in real good shape now. Have you heard anything else about Halliburton?
No. Just that all I've heard is he re-aggravated his hamstring, and I guess he got an x-ray done on his chest during halftime. And that, from what I was hearing, his status for tomorrow was up in the air. I know they had to put out some kind of injury report by 5. But I haven't heard anything else about it yet. They got off to a good start of the game.
Yeah.
Played pretty good defense in that first quarter. Was up after the first quarter, and then after that, Boston went on a big run in that second quarter. And Pacers, for something that they usually don't do, they struggled to score in that second quarter. Went for like 4 minutes without scoring.
Well, we ended up getting to
6
points at half.
But then the end of the second quarter, we went on a run. Was only down by 6.5, and then got within 2 at one point there early in the third quarter, and then fell apart. And then Halliburton didn't play a lot of the third and any of the fourth. Pacers had to do a better job of closing out on threes. I think they're double teaming too much. I understand you're trying to double team some of these guys when they get the ball, but you're giving way too many wide open threes, and then rebounding, especially I think we actually rebounded better in the second half, but in that first half, man, offensive rebounding was killing us some, giving them too many second chance opportunities.
And then there was one point where we got like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds in a row, but we still couldn't get it in the basket. Yeah, tough game.
It didn't cost us the game, but. And I know you're going to get calls like that when you're on the road, but there were some times where Pacers are getting hit and they don't call them, and then you see it called the other way where it don't even look like they touched them.
Yeah, there was one time where the guy comes off the bench, the guard, lost the ball for a second.
McConnell
went to re-grab it. The dude ran right into him and knocked him down.
Well, Halliburton got clotheslined on that one, and and no call at all.
Like you said, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Like I said, that didn't cost us the game, but I mean, there's definitely. But like I said, I look forward to kind of it'll go a little bit the other way tomorrow. Uh, getting some of them close calls. You know what I mean? It seems like it.
Huge game tomorrow.
Yeah. But a lot of that's going to depend on. I hate to say it, I don't think we. I think we're. It'd be hard without Halliburton. We need him to be able to play.
Well, and the thing of it is, if he has to miss one game, I mean, no matter what, we got to win tomorrow. We got to win that. No matter what,
if he
got to stay in the series. Can't get down 3-0.
I still think we have a chance because we're good at home. We need him to be able to play, but we're good at home. Win these 2 games at home, and you're right back.
Yeah, Damien, I don't disagree with you if Halliburton plays.
Yeah.
Or if they can, even if he misses a game, if they can win that game. But if he's out for the rest of the series, I don't know that it's going to go 7. I hate to say that, but that could be completely wrong. But we get that home crowd. We'll see what happens. Man,
Siakam was on fire last night.
Yep.
There's sometimes they need to keep feeding him the ball. So sometimes it's like they get away from him because he got off to a hot start and then they kind of got away from it. It seemed like, and then he got going again.
That was a hell of a hockey game last night, man. Real good hockey game. Yeah, I watched most of it. It was a hell of a game, and Edmonton come out on top at Dallas. So far, the Rangers lost at home in the first game, and Dallas lost at home in the first game. So we got the Rangers tonight.
Yep. Yes. Big sports weekend.
Oh, huge.
You have NBA tonight, NBA tomorrow, Indianapolis 500.
Yep.
NASCAR has a big race. You got the hockey playoffs. A lot of stuff going on, especially in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is going to be a busy ass weekend with the 500 and the Pacers being at home. Fever play in LA tonight. I think there's UFC. I think there might be a UFC fight night.
I don't think so. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything on the schedule. I think next week is 302 or 303.
For some reason, I was thinking I saw there was a fight night this week. I knew next week was one.
I know Mark Henry's contract is up, Damien. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he's going to re-sign with AEW. I don't think he was happy there. I don't think it was what he thought it was going to be.
Didn't he want to stay with WWE?
Yeah, he wanted to move up in the company. He didn't want to just be a scout and stuff. He wanted to move up into the company. And Vince told him, I think at that time they were getting rid of people, And he said, "I don't have anything for you right now. I can't do anything." And him and Vince were pretty friendly. And he told him, go to AEW and make me proud. That's what Vince told him, He's valuable as a scout. He's proven that with people that's in the WWE. I know he's valuable as that. I think he'd be valuable as a coach. But we'll see. I don't know if his son is getting ready to go to college. He's very highly touted in football and wrestling. I don't know if he wants to commit. I don't know. I'd say at the very least he's going to sign a Legends contract. Hell, the business is booming right now. I'm sure it'd be a pretty hefty paycheck.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends back up over in WWE. It wouldn't surprise me.
What do you know? What time the Pacer game is tomorrow? It's night game, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's like at 8 o'clock. I'll have to look. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a night game.
No, he had beef with Shawn Michaels many years ago. I don't think it had anything to do with Shawn. He told stories about Shawn, but he speaks pretty high of Shawn now in NXT. Well, he about lost the job because of Shawn, because he threatened to kill him many years ago. That's when he got sent down to with Cornette and Rip Rogers and all them guys. They got him on the right track.
Yeah, that's true. Jay Ness asked what we thought about Caitlin Clark's transition. I don't think it's went too bad. I said this yesterday on the show. I'm not real crazy about the Fever's coach, and it's not because of I think Clark's performance has been bad. It's just our offense as a whole. We got too many players just stand around and watch whoever has the ball, and just too much of that. But I don't think it's been bad. Like everybody thinks she's been. I've heard people saying she's a bust or she's averaging about 20, close to 20 points a game. Has she had that big breakout moment yet? No. I think she will. You can see the team getting some chemistry, but when you come into a team that had the number 1 pick 2 years in a row, they're probably not a very good team. But I think they'll get better as the season goes on. But if they don't start playing better, I could see that coach being gone.
Yeah, it's possible.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I'm sure that coach is under a lot of pressure too. I mean,
yeah.
they're wanting to win, and then you got all this jealousy stuff going on, which is
they won 13 games last year. It was what they ended up winning last year. And I know people had a lot better, higher expectations this year.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's true because I just seen a video clip of it. You followed a lot more than I do because I haven't watched any Fever games. I've seen some clips. They claim that there's even people, her players on her team, that are jealous of her. They said there was an incident with a press conference. You know if that's true, where she came late, and they said the reason she was late because she was out there signing autographs and stuff for fans and stuff, and she came to the press conference that already started, and her teammates were upset. There was a video clip I seen. I didn't know if you knew anything about it.
I hadn't seen that, but Stevie actually mentioned that to me yesterday that he thinks some of the players on the Fever are kind of jealous and that they maybe don't want to pass her the ball or this or that. I'd heard a little bit about the press conference. I haven't seen it or anything, but I heard somebody say that she was late because she was out there with the fans. Well, I mean, that's hard to get mad at somebody if you're doing that because you wouldn't be. I mean, I know in WNBA right now they don't make the kind of money as other leagues, but still, you wouldn't be there playing making money if it wasn't for the fans. And you're getting a lot more fans right now. So, I mean,
I'm not taking up for the players because I think it's jealousy and I think it's wrong. But I also understand human emotion. I can understand somebody maybe feel. I mean, here you are. You've been busting your ass all your career and everything, and you get 3,000 or 4,000 people come in. A brand new player comes in, and now you got 17,000 people showing up for the game. Just like in anything, they're envious, And I'm not saying it's right. I think you got to control it, and she's going to make things better for you. She's going to make things better for the league. And
she already is. They're getting chartered flights now. Yes. Look, they were saying some of the numbers like the TV ratings that went up over 100%. I mean everything's went up a bunch.
It was good before we came on the air that we seen that one TV show that all the people on that show was pretty much seemed to be defending her or understanding the situation, and that's good to see because there's been a lot of piling on by some people.
But like one of them had said, like one of them on there had said was I forget what I was going to say. Oh, I think it was LaShawn McCoy. How people look, everybody got to a point where they hated Brady. Everybody got to a point where they started hating on LeBron, hating on Michael Jordan.
Do we love Michael when he was kicking our ass? We hated him. Greatest basketball player of all time, in my opinion. But I mean,
I was never like a fan of his. I never rooted for him or like that. But I also never, but it was different back then too because there wasn't the internet. It wasn't all the, hell, my buddy Eric, he was a big Michael Jordan fan. Hell, me and him used to talk shit back and forth back in the day because I was a Pacer fan and he was a Bulls fan. Now he rooted for the Pacers if they weren't playing the Bulls.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a big Michael Jordan Jordan fan.
And part of this too,
I think Jordan's a GOAT too, Tyler.
Yeah,
like I said, I was never a big Jordan fan because my favorite player when in that era I was a kid. My favorite player was Reggie Miller.
Well, so some of these college players that came through and now went to the WNBA and were great stars, huge stars. But at this point, are better than what Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark may end up being better than them. I think they're jealous but it's just, I mean, and some of this is because of Caitlin Clark. The college game got more popular, so that's helping the WNBA. And the more that the college game gets more popular, hopefully it's going to help. 10 years ago, nobody cared anything about the college women's games.
Jay Ness said, what they need to do is what they need to do is turn that jealousy into better effort and play.
Yep.
Well, if everybody just keeps playing hard, they're going to, and you're getting more eyeballs on you that you never seen it. Use the momentum to keep growing the sport.
What would have happened if she would have said, "Screw the WNBA, I'm going to go play for Ice Cube for $30 million or whatever"?
They'd all been mad at her for not going to WNBA and trying to help grow that league.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's what happens when you get to that level of stardom. And I don't know. I've been watching. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch some of the game tonight. I might not watch all of it, but it depends on what time I get back home. But I'll watch it tonight. I watched some of the game the other night. I was flipping back. I didn't watch as much as the game the other night as I did the other games because Pacers were on at the same time. But I was flipping back and forth and keeping an eye on it. But
I'll be honest, I won't. I don't have no interest. I mean, I'll take that back. The other night when they played, I did follow the score. I was score checking. I got SmackDown on tonight. I'll watch SmackDown. There's other stuff that I prefer.
But like for me, there's not really nothing. I mean, I watch SmackDown sometimes, but other than that, there's not really nothing. Yeah. I'll watch the NBA game tonight.
Well, there's hockey on tonight.
I'll probably flip back and forth between the NBA Mavericks and Timberwolves game, and then and some of that game. I'll keep an eye on what's going on in it.
I'll follow the hockey score till SmackDown's over, and then I'll watch the end of the hockey game. As long as it's still close. If it ain't 5-0 or something.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it.
But but don't get me. I'm not a huge WNBA. To be honest, I'm not a huge NBA fan. I'm watching the Pacers.
I watch more NBA in the playoffs.
I do. Yeah, I followed it some last year in the playoffs, and I kept an eye on the Pacers. And I used to be a huge fan. I'm not a big fan of today's game, even though I've seen more team play the last couple of years, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah. Playoffs this year have been pretty good. It seems like there's been more blowouts, but I think that's the style of play because the team, I mean, just like with that Pacers last night, you go 4 minutes without scoring, the other team could pull out. But like I said, Pacers got back in that game.
I think
we have seen some more playoffs, but there's also been some exciting endings to games too.
I think the game management stuff or player management where they don't play has bothered me, and hell, bothers a lot of the old players. I know Barkley and those guys don't believe in that shit. So I think that's hurt the league. That's hurt the perception of the league.
But especially when you're getting ready to have a player sign or have the potential to sign for $80 million a year.
The other thing, WNBA ratings are probably up for the first time ever.
Oh, they're way up.
Way up.
But last year, I guess last year they went up 12% from the year before, and this year they went up 180% or something like that. They went up a bunch. So they were growing in small increments, and then you threw Clark in there this year, and now it's it's exploding.
I got a question. I want you to be honest, and I'm not sure if this player, if Clark was doing everything that she's doing the way she's doing it, but she was black, do you think there would be less to do about it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let me ask you this: do you think if she had been black, she would have got the coverage in college? It's not It's not really a black and white thing, but it's just there's been some great black players. Do you think it's just the timing of everything? Or
I think it was some was timing, and some of it is we've never really seen a shooter like her in women's basketball.
That's true.
So, and I mean, look, and the same thing happened with Steph Curry.
Yep.
In the NBA. I mean, look how many people started. He changed the way the NBA's played with all the threes and everything. And I mean, I think she's kind of like that. And I think even if she would have been black, if was that kind of skill and was doing the same thing, I think it still would have been big. But I mean, that's to me. But like I said, I don't know.
I don't follow the game enough, that game enough to say for sure. There's a lot of people that believe that her being white has something to do with it. But a viewer is a viewer. If for whatever reason she's attracting people, how's it a bad thing? If she's going to make the league better,
Yeah.
if she's green, black, blue, white, I mean, the main thing is she can play and she can be an advocate for the league and make the league better. And that's going to make things better for everybody. So I hope people get over some of this stuff. Yeah, Damien's got a question here about the WWE. Yeah, it is. They did a bunch more Uncle Howdy stuff yesterday. I got a feeling he is going. I think they may show up at.
Huh. I didn't think they'd do it overseas.
I didn't either. I thought if they did it overseas, they might do it over at the next one, that one in Scotland or something. But because I think it's going to be crazy crowd too. Because you mad if they did it in France? Where that crowd was, we may have a riot. Marcus would have been in heaven.
Yeah, they said that. I know some people was complaining about that crowd.
Yeah, I loved it. It was different, but I still loved it.
All right. Well, tonight we have the Mavs and the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are 5.5-point favorites. Or actually, no, it's went up to 6.
Who'd you say the favorites was? Timberwolves?
Yeah, but at home again. They're minus 235 favorites. Mavericks are plus 194. Over-unders at 207.5. I like Dallas here at the plus 6.
I got a question for you, Chris, because you've been doing this sports betting and following this stuff. Do you know the formula that these experts use to be able to come up with these point spreads?
No,
I was just wondering because it's weird, you know. I mean, because here's Dallas beating the last game, and they still got. I know being home's got something to do with it, of course, and Timberwolves are a great team too. So,
yeah, I was surprised it was 6. I figured it would be more. I figured Dallas would be, if Minnesota was a favorite, it was going to be like 2.5, 3 points, and basically just because they're at home. But there's a lot of people are still sold that Minnesota is the better team, and that I think they're still riding some of that momentum from beating Denver. I think it's going to be another real good game tonight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota won tonight and tied it up 1-1. But I think it's going to be a 2-3 point game. I think it's going to be a real close game. I think Mavs are going to win tonight, which I picked the Mavs to win the series before the series started. But I think it's going to be a close game either way. So that's why I like Mavs at the plus 6.
Yeah, I don't do the NBA, but
and then Panthers and Rangers game 2 NHL tonight, and Panthers came out and smacked the Rangers in the mouth in game 1.
Who are you going this game?
I'm going with the Rangers again.
I am too.
I think they're going to come out tonight and with a little more energy and maybe smack Florida in the mouth back a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to blow them out, but you know, I mean, I think they're going to show up tonight. They didn't show up in game 1.
They didn't.
Didn't play with that same energy that they played with in the series before.
They better show up tonight because if they don't, they're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. But so I'm going to go with the Rangers again tonight. Tie the series up 1-1. But yeah, Rangers, this is a must win the Rangers. You can't go down 2-0 to Florida and lose 2 home games. And then Major League Baseball. I end up going with a few games today. I'm going with the Blue Jays on the money line on the road at the Detroit Tigers. I like the pitching matchup there with Manoah on the mound for the Blue Jays. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals on the money line on the road at Tampa Bay Rays. Royals have Lugo on the mound. I think he's like 8-1 this season. He's been pitching real well. Dodgers and the Reds. I'm taking the Reds at the +1.5. You got Ashcraft on the mound for the Reds. Even though the Reds lost again yesterday.
Yes. Yes, they did.
And then I'm going to take the San Francisco Giants. Wait a minute. Did I pass that game up? Yeah, there it is. I'm going to take the Giants at the +1.5 as well. They're on the road at the New York Mets. I like the pitching matchup with Harrison on the mound for the Giants. And the last game, I'm going to take the Chicago Cubs. Even though I hate picking the Cubs to freaking win. But I'm going to take the Cubs on the money line on the road at the Cardinals. The Cubs have that Amaga on the mound who has like a .82 ERA. Yeah. Just he's been on fire. So I'm going to go with the Cubs at the on the money line there. So I'm going Blue Jays money line, Royals money line, Reds +1.5, Giants +1.5, and the Cubs money line.
Okay, my Major League Baseball picks for now. I got Atlanta money line at Pittsburgh. I've got Seattle money line at Washington. I have Baltimore money line at Chicago White Sox. I've got the Cubs money line at St. Louis. I've got Philadelphia money line at Colorado. And then I have Arizona at home money line against Miami. That's my picks for tonight.
Hey, how's it going, Hypocrisy?
See, Damon was asking about I think to do anything for Bray, WWE, because of his birthday being yesterday. That could be one reason why they may debut this weekend. Could be part of it. I don't know if they do. I didn't think they would, but it's seeming like they are going to debut it. Maybe we'll see. I know I'm hyped up for it. I think it's going to be a good pay-per-view. I was going to ask you, let's say if Dallas was win a championship, do you think that changes how people look at Kyrie Irving? If they was able to win a championship this year?
I think it will some a little bit because he got another one after he left LeBron.
Or will people say it's because of Luka?
I don't know. I think they'll give him a little more respect. I mean, Luka's going to get a lot of credit as well, but especially since he's kind of cleaned his. I don't want to say cleaned his act up because I don't I don't know him and don't ever. But he's been out. He hasn't been in the media about off-court issues and stuff like he was in Brooklyn. It seems like he's got to Dallas and just focusing on. Yeah, it seems like he's matured a little bit. So I think if they win, especially if he keeps playing how he's playing, because he's getting a lot of credit about his effort on defense and how he's him and Luka are getting along and stuff. So I think he'll get some credit especially if he keeps playing like he has. Now, if he goes, say they beat Minnesota and they get in the championship series and he has a bad series and Luka goes off, then it's going to be then it's all going to be about Luka. But if the series keep going like it has been so far, I think people will look at him a little different because he has been contributing a lot. But yeah, I agree with what Jones is saying there.
I do too. Yeah, I agree with you, Jones. Jones, I heard you you guys had a real good show last night there in Kokomo. Seen a couple of pictures and stuff.
And another thing I think helps them is Luka hasn't been able to win one. So
yes,
Kyrie coming over toward the end of last year, and if they win one this year, I think that's going to help him because people are going to be seen. He'll be kind of seen as the as the key, the missing piece. So, he was
how close has Luka been? Not been real close, has he?
They made the they made the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago.
Okay,
and then they got rid of Brunson, and then. Yeah, they got rid of Brunson, and they brought in Kyrie with a trade in the middle of last season. So he's made some playoff. He made a deep playoff run, but this will be this could be their chance.
Yeah, one of these days, Jones, man, Chris is going to surprise you. We're going to show up down there for that comedy. I'd love to go down there and check out that comedy show on Thursday nights. We'll have to do that sometime.
Yeah, I would like to get down there sometime.
Back when I was a young man, many years ago, me and my wife used to go to comedy clubs quite a bit in Indianapolis and stuff. But that's a long time ago.
I've been to Crackers a few times there.
I went to that location, but it wasn't called Crackers back then. It was, I forget what it was called.
Yeah, I used to go there some. Comedy shows are fun to go to.
Yeah.
I went to. There were some bars here in Muncie a few years ago that used to have like comedy nights, like Hypocrisy's talking about, and I used to go to some of those sometimes.
I was going to say it was FOP, but it's not FOP. It's one of them places, Eagles or something. One of them Eagles lodges or one of the places that play bingo and stuff. The one over on Tellison, that building over, they've had comedy shows in there a few times still recently, but I've never went over.
Saturday shows set all summer long.
Cool. Well, Saturdays we're usually busy. We're usually at wrestling shows. Where are we at right now? 42, I think. 43, something like that.
It was 43.
43 shows so far this year, and be going to our 44th one Sunday.
All right. Well, you got anything else for today?
No. Go Pacers tomorrow, and looking forward to.
Gonna be a busy ass weekend in Indianapolis, and if it rains Sunday and that race gets postponed to Monday, you have the Indy 500 and the Pacers playoff game on the same day.
Yeah, on Monday. Well,
because there's a pretty big chance of rain on Sunday.
Pretty good chance of rain on Monday, but it looks like it would be over by 9 or 10 o'clock.
I was going to say from what I was heard earlier, they said the forecast was better for Monday a lot better for Monday.
Yeah, it looks like it might rain in the morning, but. Okay, yeah, definitely. If you come to Muncie, if I'm available, I definitely would go.
Yeah, I'll be on
anything. Do it on a Friday. I'm not usually busy on Friday night. Saturdays and Sundays are rough because we're at wrestling shows. But I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm gonna try to watch the race on Sunday, if it is a race, before we head out to the wrestling show, and then Saturday, of course, I'm definitely going to be watching WWE, and then probably catch the second half of AEW after our wrestling show on Sunday.
Oh, they have I forgot AEW.
Double or Nothing. That's one of the big ones.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back Tuesday. I'm going to do a show on Monday. We'll be back Tuesday right around 3 o'clock. Hope
we'll do GWR Tuesday night also at 6:30.
Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Tuesday.